What is happening, great people? It's Zangieff, your Russian mate from Russia. Welcome to the new video. Today we are continuing to explore the United States. Yesterday I made a video about the don'ts of South. Yeah, that was really interesting, and I decided to explore the US even more. Yeah, the South even more. So today we will be watching the video about Texas. I suppose that many people around the globe definitely heard about Texas and at least know some things about it, even stereotypical, like, you know, the cowboy hats or briskets. Yeah, Texas is well known for its food. That's something that I already know, so I do believe that the part of the video today will be about the cuisine. If we are talking about the South in general, the things that I got were, first of all, yeah, you need to have manners. You need to be quite positive. Yeah, you need to smile and have at least some conversations, yeah, with the people around you, because this is something that people do. So I believe that I will be watching this video today not without any knowledge about this place, but I do hope that both me and you are going to get some new information. Once again, if you are living in Texas or you know what the culture of Texas is, yeah, please help me understand some things if I have missed them during watching the video. Thank you very much for this, and let's go.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Texas. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Texas, because there's tons of stuff you do want to do when you're here. Yes, you got the major cities like San Antonio and seeing the Alamo, and Austin, all the cool stuff there, and Houston by the coast, and Dallas, and there's, you know, go up to Abilene. There's so many cool things to see here in Texas. But the thing is, when you come, sometimes you forget about the things you don't do, or you shouldn't do, or you should watch out for. And that's why we have the don'ts of visiting Texas. And our first don't of Texas is, don't think you're going to get around quickly anywhere in Texas. Look, Texas is huge, and the thing is when you're going to try to get around the state, you're going to be driving, okay? There's not really a public transportation network that a tourist is going to use. So one, you're either going to be flying around, but most likely you're going to be driving. And the distances are huge when you are here, so you do need to be prepared for that. And so when you are coming here, you know, you got to make sure you're ready to rent a car, though it's cool because all the rental cars are automatic and easy to do. But when you're driving around, don't forget to pay attention, because you'll see on the highway.
Yeah, okay, so the first thing that I'd like to say is that kind of, I don't know how Texas looks. I know Texas more or less about like how it was back in, I don't know, 20th century, yeah, 19th century, with all this gangbangers, yeah, cowboys and all that. I don't know how the modern Texas looks like. In my opinion, Texas is just a big desert, yeah, you know, canyons. So the question number one from me to you, yeah, would be, guys, you can really help me understand what is the modern Texas. Now, however, probably I will say this in the video, yeah, and definitely after the video I'll go and Google some information myself. Yeah, but anyway, if there are some interesting places that don't look like desert, interesting places if we're talking about the nature, yeah, you could please share the names of these places in the comment section. And another thing about the distances, well, the distances are not that big, but you know, I live in Russia, yeah, so we have them even bigger. If you have a car, that's really good if you would like to go to another region, to another town, etc. But we have a very good infrastructure if we are talking about the trains. So if you take a look at the map and try to find some small towns, yeah, around the big city, you definitely, like in 90% of cases, yeah, there will be a railway.
It's like people are either going 95 miles an hour or 45 miles an hour. And so it gets a little scary sometimes, so make sure you really do pay attention. But it does take a long time to get anywhere. Also, that long time thing, not in a quick time, also deals within the cities, because Texas is growing so quickly. Cities like San Antonio and Austin, I mean, they're growing so quickly that sometimes it's hard for the cities to keep up. So the traffic jams during rush hour can be a real pain. So what we recommend is, to your place like Austin or San Antonio or wherever, park your car and you just Uber around places. It'll make it a lot easier for you, or take a taxi or whatever, because the parking and all these things can be a bit much. Now, my second don't for you is, when you are coming around.
Yeah, so interesting thing, yeah, that I got from the very beginning of this video is that San Antonio is in Texas. Yeah, guys, sorry, I don't know the US geography that good. I used to be a fan of the NBA, yeah, and I know that San Antonio has Team San Antonio Spurs. I wasn't the fan of Spurs back in the times, yeah, but I witnessed the great play of Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. And the thing is that they are how to call this, jerseys, yeah, they were gray. Yeah, so they were either gray, dark gray, or white with gray, something like this. So this kind of grayish color, yeah, I would never think of sunny Texas, yeah, to have something in common with. So that's why right now it was quite, yeah, new information for me.
Here, and you are driving around, don't forget to look out your windows. I know it sounds silly. Well, Mark, of course I look out my window, I'm driving. No, what I'm saying is look around. You're going to see so much of Texas. Yes, you will see some longhorns out there. You will go through the hill country, maybe stop into Fredericksburg and see the German history there. And you go around the plains in the north. I mean, you have such very beauty here in Texas. That's one of those things like, man, that looks like a cute town. Maybe I'm going to get off the highway. Maybe I'm going to go over and check some stuff out. Definitely do that. Go see the beauty of this state, because it's great. Now, my third don't for you actually deals with Buc-ee's.
Did I hear that correctly? Some German history. That'd be quite interesting, because if we're talking about the history, yeah, so I remember there was Spain in the US, yeah, there was England, there was France, but I don't remember Germany there. Yeah, so that's interesting. And in Texas, yeah, so probably stereotypical thinking about myself, but Texas for me is something very hot, yeah, a hot place. So I think that people from Spain, yeah, would have more kind of interest, yeah, probably in living in this location than people from Germany, yeah, because it is really hot, not like in Europe, in Germany. So, yeah, once again, you see, this is my stereotypical thinking. Yeah, probably I am wrong, and I would appreciate if you just a little bit deep dive into this topic in the comment section. Yeah, I will take a look, because, like, yeah, not expected this.
This place behind me, and that is when you're driving around. You're probably gonna be like, man, we gotta get gas, we gotta get something to eat, what should we do? And a lot of people get kind of scared of gas stations and big truck stops kind of like this. Dude, don't be that way. Don't skip out on going to Buc-ee's or one of these huge places where you can go. And Buc-ee's is hilarious because it's kind of like Field & Stream and Walmart and a really, really nice gas station had a baby together. The baby was born here in Texas, and everything is Texas and Buc-ee's. I mean, it's a really cool place to go. But don't skip out on that, because you will have to use these. And the thing is Texans have a lot of pride. And that pride shows in the cleanliness of the state, the nice things that are Texas you will enjoy. And people put the pride into and make it nicer. So yes, you can get a nice brisket sandwich inside a truck stop. Well, Buc-ee's at least. Also, get the beaver nuggets. They're awesome, by the way. And that kind of leads into my next don't for you.
Well, that is interesting. Probably this is some kind of a stereotype or a real thing about the US. Why did he say, yeah, that you shouldn't be afraid of these gas stops? So, is it alright to usually be afraid of the gas stops just anywhere else? If yes, then why? Because, like, I don't even know. I cannot come up with the idea. So, we in Russia here, yeah, we don't have this thing. Yeah, so kind of, no, okay, pit stop. A place to eat, yeah, a place to get some petrol, restroom. I would say especially if we're talking about spending a lot of time, yeah, on the road, yeah, if we're talking about the big distances in Russia, in Texas, yeah, getting back to the previous don't. I think that in this case, some kind of part of civilization, yeah, located in the middle of nowhere, I mean, in the highway somewhere in the desert, I think that'd be something great to visit, yeah, so I have no idea why this topic was raised.
Don't skip out on the local shops and the local produce and local products here in Texas. Yes, you have places like Buc-ee's you can go see that's really just here. You have H-E-B, which is a grocery store chain you can have here in Texas. It's based in San Antonio. And you get a lot of things that are really, really Texas-y. Yes, there is Whataburger. There's one right across there. I know Whataburger's kind of expanded, but it's got a little special place in my heart when I'm in Texas, because you know what a burger should be. Sorry, it's just memories back of childhood. But there's so much Texas stuff you can have when you are here. So do take that in and get that Texasness. If you're here in the fall, make sure, go hit up a football game. Look, Sunday, they're watching the Cowboys. Yeah, maybe Houston, Texas, but no. I've been a Cowboys fan since I was a kid, so I gotta go for them. On Saturdays, you got college football. Just pick the closest college near you. You have a great time. Friday nights, yes, the kids are playing high school football that night. So you do have those things. So go out and enjoy those Texas-only things. Don't skip out on it. Don't think, oh, I'm going to go to In-N-Out Burger. Well, that's California, man. Hit Whataburger when you're in Texas, all right? And speaking of those
Yeah, so interesting thing here is, yeah, I heard about Whataburger. Yeah, we with the guys here from our community have been discussing some places, and I heard of the Whataburger, never tried it. Never, we don't have it here in Russia. So if I happen to be in the US, if I happen to be in Texas, yeah, I already have one spot to visit. Overall, actually, not much to comment here. I think that this is just a detail to broaden our knowledge, and that's it. But what I feel great about is like seeing this culture, yeah, of loving the place where you live at. So first of all, he was talking about making everything stay clean, yeah, and I see this some kind of patriotism. If we're not talking about the US patriotism, yeah, but if we're talking about the Texas, yeah, local food, local symbolics, I think this is something that you may see quite often while being in Texas. Yeah, so kind of I admire the spirit of the people, yeah, that live there, just like one family, as I believe.
Texas only things. My next don't for you is don't drink non-Texas beer. Look, the beer in Texas is fantastic. There was a lot of German immigrants that actually came here and settled in Texas. So, you know, the Wiener Schnitzel that you have in Germany and Austria, well, you got chicken fried steak here, right? It's great. But they didn't just bring their fried, tasty foods and the collages and stuff like that from the Czech Republic and things like that. What you got that's really good is the beer. And when you're going around Texas, you'll have not just microbreweries, but you have local breweries that make Texas beer, and it is really, really, really good. I mean, they took that tradition from Germany and brought it here, so you will drink well. And I know, I'm not saying drink Lone Star, okay? Like I tell with Lone Stars, Lone Star tastes good after you've had 4 or 5 of the other good Texas beers. Right? Then Lone Star's fantastic. But go and try other stuff, and probably if you're not in Texas right now, if you want to have a Texas beer, go buy a Shiner Bock. They sell that throughout the U.S. That'll give you a taste, but that's not even probably one of the top 10 that are here. There's so many good things from Austin, San Antonio, all over. Go enjoy the local beers here. Don't skip out on that. And I know it's fun.
Okay, so it seems like the Texan beer is just German beer. Yep. No, that is not a problem. Just made me funny. You know, you escape Europe, yeah, to finally try something new. Yeah, you go to Texas to try some briskets and all that stuff, and you turn out to be in the place where the European food is quite spread. Yeah, I mean that German schnitzel, yes, and other things that were shown. However, actually, anyway, yeah, I suppose like the German cuisine, yes, the Texan cuisine, both should be good, because as far as I know, people from both places, they work good with meat. So I don't expect anything to be not tasty, and would really love to finally try something myself, yeah, not just watch the video, maybe once.
Talking about beer when I'm outside of a gas station, but don't drink and drive when you are here, but do enjoy the good local beers, okay? So there's a good start to our don'ts. Now, I know seeing a gas station, even a cool one like Buc-ee's, probably isn't what you're looking for when you're thinking, Mark, where are you filming in Texas? Well, let's go see a little bit different places here in Texas to finish off our don'ts of Texas. So now we're here in San Antonio. This is actually my favorite city to come to in Texas, and we're here on the Riverwalk. And yes, the Riverwalk is more than just the downtown part. It goes through the city. It is really kind of a cool thing. And my next don't for you for when you come to Texas is don't forget to mind your manners, because the Texans won't forget. Look, the people here are super friendly, they're super nice, and when all these people move to Texas, they kind of get that niceness as well. And that means when you come here as a tourist, don't forget your pleases, your thank yous, holding that door for that young lady or that old man or that young man or somebody with the kids. You're gonna be practicing your manners when you are here, so don't forget that. Look, the pleases, the thank yous, the howdy y'alls, these kind of things, they're legitimate here. People will help you out, and believe me, the locals will tell you, no, don't go to this barbecue place, go to that barbecue place. For the best puffy tacos in San Antonio, go to Henry's, don't go downtown to the Riverwalk. They're gonna tell you everything you wanna know in a friendly way. So make sure when you are here, you do practice the kindness and friendliness of Texas. So yes, and my next don't for you is don't.
Yeah, so actually this don't, I already heard in the previous video that I watched, the don'ts of South. Yeah, so I do believe that, yeah, of course, yeah, Texas is South, and this point is applicable for Texas. And I think that this video would be not full, yes, if this vital thing was not mentioned here as well. So quite understandable. Yeah, once again, it can be a bit hard for a Russian person, yeah, because we in Russia are not used to all this short talk and always asking how are you, etc. Yeah, we don't do this at all. So I do believe that if you know English, yeah, but you don't know the traditions, yeah, if you as a Russian happen to be in Texas, probably sometimes people would be looking strange at you, at least because you are not smiling. But I hope that friendly people will help you out, yeah, you are a Russian person, yeah, and not punish you before understanding who you are. I mean, understanding that you are not rude, yeah, but there is a reason for you to be grumpy because you are a Russian.
Don't think that Texas is kind of like the deep south, because a lot of people put like, oh, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, they're all the south, they're all the same. No, Texas is its own thing completely. I mean, it was its own country for a little while, and you can tell that when you are here. It's a huge state with a lot of different kind of Texan culture kind of stuff. And yes, there are some things that kind of pass from the south to here. You know, people are really friendly, like I said, and there's a lot of similar foods, the barbecue and stuff like that. But it has a different vibe to when you're here. So don't think, oh, this is the southeast, the deep south. No, this is Texas when you are here. And I guess the thing I'll tell you is when you're looking at the don'ts, remember I talked about barbecue is here as well? Well, in the southeast, it's more pork, you know, pulled pork and stuff like that, butts and things like that. Oh, no. Here, don't eat the pork with the barbecue. What you want to eat.
Okay, yeah, this one I love. Yeah, finally about to see more food. But my question here is, what exactly is quite different between the South in general and Texas? I think that a bit more clarification here is needed. Yeah, so Mark said that the whole atmosphere is a bit different. Yeah, but can I, as a person who has never been to Texas, understand what is the atmosphere he is talking about? Atmosphere of what? Yeah, the different smell in the air, because it smells like beef, not like pork. Yeah, probably, but what else?
Is the brisket, the beef. So you're gonna have beef brisket, beef ribs, maybe, okay, you can have some sausage and stuff like that, but it's really a brisket-based barbecue when you are here, so don't get the pork, get the brisket, okay? And that kind of leads to the next thing is,
yes,
don't forget to come hungry, yes, when you come to Texas. Because remember that old saying, everything's bigger in Texas?
Yes.
Well, the portion sizes, they go along right with that. And so when you get your chicken fried steak, yeah, it's going to be nice and big. When you're going to get your brisket, oh, maybe get a pound or two of brisket. You're going to have a lot of food, a lot of great food, a lot of stuff here, and it's going to fill you up. And yes, if you can find a Frito pie, which is the Frito chips, you know, like tortilla chip kind of things,
brisket,
where they put the chili and the cheese on it, yes, have that. You will be filled up and tasty, fully engorged while you are here. The chicken fried steak, man, when it's this big, you can't have enough of it. So that's why I always say is don't forget to come hungry, because you will leave completely full and stuffed, because, man, everything's bigger in Texas, especially the food. And with that food, if you see a line outside of a place, don't be scared to wait in that line, because the food here is great and the locals know what's great. So they're going to be waiting in line to get the best barbecue and the best Tex-Mex.
Impossible. Yeah, so what he said is actually something that I'm experiencing right now. I am a bit hungry, yeah, and watching this really hurts my eyes, yeah, in a good way. But still, yeah, the point is that we in Russia, we don't have this meat culture, yeah, or like beef culture. We don't usually grill, smoke, or whatever. So these juicy pieces of meat, every time when I see this, yeah, they look so amazing. This is like probably something that you can eat every day. In Texas, probably not. Yeah, I don't know. But like here, I would call it a delicacy. If it is affordable and you can eat this in Texas, yeah, for as much as you want, and kind of this would not ruin your budget, that's great.
It's the best food that you can have, the best food trucks in different places. So you see the line, don't worry about it. Go get it and enjoy some food that way. Some other don'ts I have for the food when you are here. Don't forget the queso. Look, in Texas, queso is not just cheese dip. It's like a way of life. It's something you have to have. And I know I've been with people here in Texas. They say, oh, we need to get the queso. And they're like, why? I don't want queso. Let's get something else. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You had to have the queso when you're here. The cheese and the pico de gallo in it, and it's stirred up, and the tasty, and the spices in it. Oh, it's so good. So make sure you don't say no to that queso. Because believe me, when you go places and restaurants, they're like, oh, do you want some queso and chips? Yes. Yes, you do, okay? And the thing is, my next don't is don't stop with the queso. Look, I told you, don't forget to come hungry, but also don't skip out on the Tex-Mex when you are here. There's a ton of great Tex-Mex restaurants in pretty much any city you go to. You're gonna eat well when you have it. And for example, there's some local specialties as well. Here in San Antonio, the puffy tacos, you gotta have when you are here. So make sure,
Guys,
load up
this
on that
is
queso
a
and the
torture.
Tex-Mex. You can't go wrong with that. So my next don't for you is don't complain.
I survived. Yeah. Back in the days, I was making a reaction to 50 states iconic food and 50 states iconic burgers, and I was hungry. Well, that was a real torture, and it really reminds what I feel right now. So, by the way, I have no idea what queso is. Yeah, so we don't have any cheese deep here, only some cheese sauce, like, you know, that can be manufactured like by Heinz, yeah, or something that you can get in McDonald's, yeah, to put your fries in. So I have no idea, yeah, what that cheese dip was, yeah, but what I did like is the big amount of it, yes, in the plate, yeah, not this small plastic something. As for the Tex-Mex, not much aware of this cuisine as well. Yeah, I just know some, like, you know, Mexican stuff like burritos, tacos, etc. I don't think that I have ever tasted an authentic one. Yeah, but anyway. So, guys, that is exactly what I was thinking before watching this video. So, the number one thing that I have in mind when I think about Texas is food. So, I do understand now that I'm not wrong. And yeah, I want this food.
Complain about the weather when you come to Texas. Look, Texas in the summer is hot as hell, okay? No one is going to deny you that, okay? So don't complain about it. You know that. You're coming here in July and August? Yes, you will melt. That is how it works. So don't complain about it. But the thing is, I want you to know is, don't forget that Texas actually gets chilly in the wintertime. I mean, we're here in January. Look, I've got my quarter zip on. I have a jacket. It was in the 20s the other night where we were. Yes, sometimes there's some dusting of snow in Texas. I know, you think Texas, it's always sunny and hot every day. No, don't think that way. Make sure you are actually, you know, checking the weather forecast before you come. You know, do the 10-day forecast. Make sure that if you do need to bring a sweater or a jacket, you're ready to go so you can get those, okay? You're gonna need that occasionally at night, especially in the winter months. Now, my next don't.
So this point actually was in the video Don'ts of the South as well. Yeah, so because everything is located quite nearby. So yeah, for me, yeah, I suppose for an average Russian person that would be a very big problem to be somewhere where it would be hotter than 90 Fahrenheit. Yeah, when it is 90 Fahrenheit here in summer, I'm already melting. So we are cold people in terms of the temperature. So I would more appreciate the kind of weather that you just saw on the screen. The only question, a very important question from my side would be, guys, please help me understand this, because like frying some meat, like making kebab or like, you know, shashlik, probably you heard of this food from Russian cuisine. This is something that you usually do in summer, because in summer people go to the countryside, and in the countryside you are allowed to fry meat. Yeah, we don't have any open fire here in the apartment blocks within the city. So my question is this applicable to Texas as well? Yeah, so do you usually cook briskets and all that only in summer, or this is the all year process? Because I wouldn't want to come to Texas, for example, in spring when it is not that hot and miss the briskets. That'd be a big disappointment.
When you do come to Texas, don't skip the sights. I know I've talked about driving all over the state, and I've talked about eating at places like Buc-ee's and Tex-Mex and Puffy Tacos and drinking the local beer, and I haven't got into the really amazing sites that are all over Texas. Yes, going to Austin, going to South Congress and seeing the cool shops there, and going to Rainy Street and drinking up there, or going to Dallas, or going to Houston, going to the coast and the Padre Island, all these kind of things. There's so many cool things to see, but there's cool sights as well. And San Antonio is probably my favorite for that. And the thing is, you all have heard about the Alamo, right? Remember the Alamo? Well, don't forget it. Visit it when you are here. But it's not actually the coolest site in San Antonio. The coolest sites to see when you are here are the Spanish missions, okay? Go and check those out. And you go around the state, there's really good museums. And thing is, this state has had a lot of money throughout the years. So you've got really good art galleries in Austin and Dallas and San Antonio. You can get all kinds of, you know, art you can check out in galleries. And so go out and enjoy that. And don't think it's just barbecue and beer when you are here. It is so much more. And the thing is, with those cool sites and cool food, it's actually brought in a lot of people from the rest of the United States to live in Texas. And so I guess my next don't I'll have for you is if in your...
So during the video, I don't see much nature, like something that you would expect, like, with some forests. The thing that I said in the very beginning is that I imagine Texas to be quite a hot, sandy, deserty place. I know that I see just a couple of shots. Probably this video does not represent the nature of Texas. Once again, I would really appreciate if you share some names of some nature sites placed in Texas. But what really amazes me right now, I didn't expect to see all this architecture. I didn't expect it not to be not destroyed, but I just didn't expect it to be present here, in Texas, because once again the stereotypical thinking probably that I as a Russian person have there is only from the movies, from this cowboys kind of stuff. So saloon, this small town in the middle of nowhere. That's it. That is how I see Texas, several decades ago. And so I wouldn't expect to see these kind of churches, even looking like temples, to be placed here. So interesting.
You're in a city like San Antonio, or especially Austin, or maybe Dallas, and you meet somebody there, don't be surprised if they're not a local. You have a lot of people from all over the US that have moved here, and so meeting an actual Austinite in Austin is like, oh wow, I thought you weren't real. I thought you were a unicorn. Because you do have all these people moving around and coming here, and that's what's made it really cool. Anyway, those are just some of the fun little don'ts that I have for visiting Texas. What are some of the don'ts that you have for visiting Texas? It really is a great place. We've really enjoyed it. The people are fantastic. Amazing food, amazing drink, amazing times, art, culture, all kinds of stuff. And it's not what you think Texas is going to be. Come and explore and learn for yourself, because you will enjoy it.
So, all right. Actually, there was nothing critical in this video. So no kind of don't that would shock me. So first of all, big thanks to Mark and the Wolters World channel, which supports me and probably you to discover different places in the world. If you feel it, take a look at their video yourself, so I'll have the link in the description. If we're talking about this video, I have some kind of feeling that something has been missed. I don't know why. Probably because of some stereotypical thinking that I have about the Texas, like, Texas is masculine, brutal place. I heard once again, if we are talking about that, movies, about people shooting. In my opinion, the don'ts of Texas should be like, don't do this or you will get punished. Or something else, some kind of strict laws, probably. But here everything was quite friendly. I don't mean nothing bad. Probably Texas indeed is quite a kind place. Whatever you do, but I don't think so. Because as far as I understand, many people there are quite traditional, and I guess you don't expect from these people to be okay about some dumb stuff. A good question to you guys, if you know more of the don'ts of Texas, I would really appreciate if you share this in the comment section, with all of us. The same very question that I left in the end of the reaction video to the don'ts of South, would be, do you think that there is a negative attitude, negative behavior towards Russia and Russian people? There is nothing bad in this. As I understand, many people are traditional, probably thinking bad of Russia because of the USSR, Cold War, not a problem, quite understandable. Some people think about the USA stereotypically here as well. But the main question is, like, if I as a Russian happen to be in Texas, would a list of don'ts be different for myself or not? Maybe a couple of more don'ts, like no Russian. I don't know. Thank you very much in advice. Feel free to leave any comments if you'd like to see more reaction videos like this and to see more Russian point of view about anything. Please subscribe, and if you'd like to support me and the channel, please take a look at the links in the description. At this point, thank you very much. It was Zangieff, your Russian made from Russia. Stay safe and see you next time. Bye.